The title of our next presentation is Coming Home. So when you see and hear our next presenter, you are going to question if that's a mistake in the programme book. Well, I can assure you it's not. Please welcome our 29-year MDRT member, Godfrey Phillips.
Hey, India! कैसा है साहब मेन साहब ठीक है मेरा बसान हिंदी में बोलेगा और इंग्लिश Australian Alex, good to see you from Melbourne. Because of time, I think I'll stick to English. Thank you for that kind introduction. I'm delighted to be back in India to speak at this MDRT experience. And along with the other speakers, we'll be encouraging you to become an MDRT member and attend the annual meeting. I have always called the MDRT the Olympics of the life insurance industry because, like the Olympic Games, that's where the very best of the life insurance advisors meet annually for one purpose, to share ideas. That is the very ethos of the $1 Million Roundtable. I was born in India, and like my dad, went to St. Vincent's High and Technical School, Asansol, not far from Calcutta. My brother and I followed in my dad's footsteps and excelled in sports and academia, as we had a lot to live up to. Concilior et animo. Consider wisely and act with courage was our school motto that we live by. Above is the hallowed turf where we were taught the finer points of cricket, hockey, football and athletics, and where we won numerous titles in inter-school and open competitions in the Burdwan district of West Bengal. Mediocrity wasn't tolerated, and we were encouraged to excel in all areas of our lives. We were enriched with a culture of excellence, very similar to the MDRT ethos. We were exposed to many people of greatness, like Sister Mother Teresa of Calcutta, hockey gold medalists, Olympians, Leslie Claudius, Balbir Singh, Pritipal Singh, and Sir Len Hutton, the great English cricket captain and batsman. Mother Teresa would come to daily church at our school chapel. And when she visited the local convent at the Sisters of Charity, just outside our school boundaries, we were blessed. Our school fidelity group of Mother Teresa's sisters cut bandages from old sheets and shirts and put medicines in hundreds of small envelopes. Then, if we were lucky, privileged, we could assist the nuns carry these big bags of bandages and medicines and food parcels to the leper colony. Yes, you heard right. And Mother Teresa would say, just look into their smiling eyes. They're smiling at you, and I can still see those eyes today. Can I say, we matured very quickly with this humbling, enriching, and charitable experience. When the Indian Olympic team, Indian Olympic hockey captain Les Claudius brought his Calcutta Customs hockey team to play our school and coach us, his encouraging words inspired me. And I dream of representing my country in hockey. I was 14 years old at that time. Well, 5 years later, I did play for my country. But it wasn't India, it was Australia. And when Australia played India at hockey, I sang both national anthems with pride. Frankly, we'd only been in Australia a few years. I didn't know the words of the Australian national anthem. But when the Indian national anthem was played, I closed my eyes and remembered my days at St. Vincent's, and the words just came out. Jana Gana Mana Adinayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vedata Punjab Sindhu, and you know the rest of it. And the Aussies, what are you doing, man? Whose team are you on? And the Indian would say, Are kya karta? Yeah. Anyway, Brother Harrison, one of 3 Aussie Christian brothers, was entrepreneurial, my mentor and best mate. He was the catalyst of sowing the seeds of greatness within us and exposing us to these sporting heroes, high-performance opportunities, and a living saint in Mother Teresa of Calcutta. He was the molder of our dreams and encouraged us to dream big dreams and to excel in class and sports. It's no surprise that we at St. Vincent's had excellent sporting and academic results. When the Aussie brothers heard my family was considering emigrating to Canada, they were most concerned. They said, why Canada? It snows there, it's freezing for 6-7 months of the year. And you're thinking of going to Quebec, where most of them prefer to speak French. And none of you speak French. Why don't you consider emigrating to Australia, where the weather is similar to India, and they speak a kind of English? You will understand them. Well, the bottom line was, Brother Harrison's mother sponsored our family, and we arrived in Australia with $30 between the 5 family members. Yes, that's $6 each. My parents had to borrow on their permanent life insurance policies so we could survive in Australia. They were very tough days till my dad, sister, and I got jobs. And here is when I first learned about the value of permanent life insurance. We grew up with a strong belief in life insurance. My mom and dad knew each other for 66 years, and they were married for 64 years. My dear dad died 2 years ago, age 90. In fact, today is his anniversary. And his policies were paid out to my mother, who at age 85 still owns a permanent life insurance policies. Thank you, Dad. Your devotion, your loyalty, and your unconditional love for God, Mum, and family is your legacy. You and Mum have lived a life of significance. The 18th of January, 1977, was a significant day in the life of my wife, Bev, and me. It was the day of the worst rail disaster in Australia, and the day I came into this great life insurance industry. Our 9th floor apartment overlooked the carnage at Granville Station, and that's where one of these photos was taken from. Bev, my wife, was to have caught this train. She got out 6 of her friends from the wreckage, and today they still have scars from that crash. For weeks after, all we heard was jackhammers and the removal of twisted metal and slabs of massive concrete. Today, there's a beautiful memorial in the site for the memory of the people that lost their lives there. In a professional twist of fate, as I witnessed the catastrophe and chaos, one truth became very clear to me. I wanted to spend my time in the financial services industry ensuring that my clients were protected against these events and disasters. My first death claim illustrated what insurance agents do and motivated me even further. Robert Diviney was a young lad I coached who was 18 and a very promising hockey player who was killed in a horrific car accident on his way home from hockey training one night. Robert had the potential to play for Australia and follow in his triple Olympian uncle's footsteps. The whole Sydney community was stunned and shattered by the death of this talented young athlete. The life insurance proceeds paid all his parents' debts and schooled his 5 brothers and sisters. I was there when Robert's family needed me the most. And isn't that what we promised our clients, that we will be there for them? Of course it is. I first met the famous South African surgeon, Dr. Marius Barnard, in Sydney over 20 years ago at an Asia-Pacific life insurance conference, when he introduced Australia to critical illness insurance. At a dinner I hosted for him, his wife Izzy, MDRT President Guy Baker, top of the table chair Bruce Etherington, and top of the table board member Don White, Dr. Barnard passionately convinced us we needed to introduce critical illness insurance into our financial plans. Dr. Barnard said, critical illness insurance is necessary, not because you die, but because you survive. Your financial health is at stake. He also said 80% of people will suffer from a cancer, a heart attack, or a stroke in their lifetime. Medically, we could keep people alive, but they die financially. He concluded by saying, I set about making a difference by designing a critical illness insurance contract which paid on the diagnosis of a critical illness. That frightening 80% statistic got my immediate attention, and I bought a policy on my and Bev's life on my returning home. You have to own the product first before you can sell it to anybody else. I then went to all my clients and added critical illness insurance to all their financial plans. Now pay attention. Every claim through our practice in the past 7 years has been initiated by a critical illness insurance claim. And I'm so glad I took Dr. Marius Barnard's advice and became a student of critical illness insurance. Incidentally, Bruce Etherington also bought a policy of critical illness insurance on his return to Canada. And in his excellent MDRT main platform address a few years ago, he advised us he was the recipient of his own critical illness insurance policy. In Australia, where we have oppressive insurance and investment compliance and regulation, if we don't recommend critical illness insurance in our advice to our clients' financial plans, we could be sued for professional negligence. And you don't want that to happen to you. I'm sure this is the case in the UK and wherever there is massive compliance. I understand you can add this critical illness insurance policy as a rider in your policies in India. And I would encourage you to add this critical illness insurance rider. The statistics show comprehensively that clients will claim on this critical illness insurance policy first before any of the other insurances they have. I'll always remember my first MDRT annual meeting in San Francisco, 1985, when Ron Barbaro was the president. We first-timers were made so welcome, and that tradition continues today. Yes, that's me with the black hair, kneeling in the front. Who would have thought 28 years ago I would be coming back to Mother India to speak at this wonderful conference? I learned about the whole person concept in the MDRT pathway to excellence. the whole person concept reinforced the very values my parents and the Christian brothers taught me in St. Vincent's. President Ron Barborough's MDRT spoken here, call to arms, motivated me to choose the MDRT pathway. He challenged us to know who we were, to know what we can and cannot do, to expand the values we had, and to work and contribute to those around us. He also said, if you have grown because of someone, help someone grow because of you. I realized MDRT was an organization of substance, and I wanted to be part of it, live it, and contribute wherever needed. I've done that passionately for 28 years. This call to help others grow has motivated me to come back to India, and my life has come full circle. I have come home. In recent years, I've spoken to advisors in India about the benefits of the MDRT, to qualify, but more importantly, to attend the annual meeting, and then to volunteer at the annual meeting, as that is the best way to get involved and get to know people and meet people. Just talk to your peers, your volunteers here. They will tell you and agree. I returned with my daughter to visit my mentor and best mate, Brother Harrison, in Goa. South India, just 4 years ago, a few weeks before he passed away. Wow. What a wonderful experience. What a wonderful 2 weeks. We had replaying the many cricket, hockey, and football successes. But more importantly, it gave me an opportunity to thank him for his belief in me and encouraging me to dream big dreams, where with hard work and courage, anything was possible. He was right. Thank you, sir. And happy birthday today, too. Last year, I co-hosted live the inaugural World Series hockey tournament in India, which had an audience of 32 million viewers across 40 countries watched the final in Mumbai, making it second only to the 2020 IPL cricket competition ratings. That was a massive step for hockey in India. And for me, this was manna from the hockey gods. And I was delighted I could add real value to help India get back into the world hockey ratings. Do you know, India came fourth just 2 months ago in Melbourne, Australia at the Champions Trophy, their best result in over 10 years. Indian hockey is on the way back. I'm also involved in the Calcutta Diljala Relief Charity, which was set up globally to assist the sick and elderly folk and school the very poor kids in 8 cities and orphanages across India. My sincere thanks to the MDRT Foundation for the grant we received just 2 months ago for this charity. This grant will go a long way to assist these needy people in India. To me, the MDRT, as I said, is the Olympics of the life insurance industry, which represents many facets of our business. I've taken just 5 important areas to share some brief concepts with you as depicted by the 5 Olympic rings. The first one, for increased productivity, you have to see the people, according to the late MDRT great John Savage. John started his business based on the idea that competent, committed people could make a significant difference in the lives of others. Activity is the key, especially when you're new in this business. John also had some great one-liners. You might like to write these down. Work 8 hours and sleep 8 hours. Just make sure they aren't the same 8. We all drink from wells we didn't dig. No success in the workplace can make up for the failure in the home. To be successful, you must serve, not be served. And finally, people buy people. They buy our advice first and the product last, and there is daylight in between. Tony Gordon also always encouraged high activity goals and used to make 15 appointments every week and kept Fridays free to make sure he made those 15 appointments and never left the office till they were made. That ensured he had plenty of people to see in the days and weeks and months ahead. I couldn't make the 6 to 10 appointments, which ended up that way on a Friday. So what I would do would make 3 appointments a day, and over the 5 days, I got my 15 appointments. Similar principle and less stress for me, but activity was the key. Thanks, Tony. You've helped me and tens of thousands of advisors around the world and still continue to do that. I would encourage you to leverage yourself sooner rather than later in your careers by working with other professionals like accountants, lawyers, other investment planners, and consider joint work with other senior and more experienced advisors. You know, 50% of commission is better than 100% of nothing. And importantly, you will become a quick learner this way because you won't want to share your commissions too often, will you? Top of the table and quarter of the table producers leverage themselves better than the average producer. And that's one reason they get larger premiums from higher net worth clients. After all, that's where the money is. Develop good relationships, love helping people achieve their goals, and be passionate about what you do. The second Olympic ring. At the annual meeting, the best MDRT minds share cutting-edge sales ideas that have made them successful. You will then be able to internalize those concepts and sales ideas to your style, your language, so you are comfortable with your presentations. Dan Sullivan, the strategic coach, gave me new time metrics to run my life and business well over 15 years ago. Some of you would have heard about the focus, buffer, and free days. Let me briefly explain. On a focus day, 80% of my time is spent on money-making activities. I want each day to pay for itself by opening or closing a sale, reviewing clients' plans, asking for professional introductions, and networking with my higher net worth clients and centers of influence. And clients I wanted to develop to bring into my top 20 client list. This takes time developing the relationships and looking for ways to add real value for them. I want them to have money freedom and time freedom. On a buffer day, anything goes, like case preparation, planning meetings, cleaning up stuff, keeping up to date with compliance and procedures, hockey stuff, seminar presentations, and working on my business, like improving processes for me and staff. Ours is a quality level business, not a quantity business. And trying to add new and better capabilities is an ongoing process. On a free day, you have to disengage from your office completely. No phone calls or anything to do with work. You need to have a complete break from work-related activities. This is very tough. But you have to do this to re-energize the brain, your body, and your thinking. High performers have frequent free days every 60 to 90 days because they've learned that they come back with a new, refreshed brain, more energy, and thus can maintain, but more importantly, sustain higher performances. My best mate and I went skiing with our families around 10 years ago. And as we were taking in the beautiful scenery, going up the ski lift, taking in the crispy fresh air, his cell phone went off. As he went to answer it, I grabbed it and threw it into the snow. I said, "Mate, we are here to have a holiday, energize our batteries, refresh our souls, and not think about work. Why did you bring your cell phone? You know, that drives me nuts. What can you possibly do here sitting on a chairlift 3,000 meters in the air? I'm sure your staff could handle it. Allow them to handle it. Empower them. Let them do it." He was furious, but we had a good laugh later. When we got off the chairlift, I quickly skied back and retrieved his cell phone, and thankfully it was still working. At lunch, a few hours later, he did ring the office, only to find out that the staff had worked out the problem and didn't need him after all. My point was made, and I hope you can see my point. You have to learn to disengage from the office completely. The third Olympic ring. Do you keep up with your education in all facets of your business? Do you attend your national LUA conferences, MDRT meetings in India and the USA, and any other industry conferences you have over here? Do you listen to business CDs or watch motivational and educational DVDs? MDRT's library is second to none, and it's there for every MDRT member to use. It is better to copy genius than to create mediocrity. Are you in a business discussion group? I've been in an MDRT discussion group for over 21 years, and we've all had very productive 21 years. If you're not in one, be proactive and start your own study group next week when you get back to your offices. You heard Caroline say, ours is a very, very lonely business, and the study group will become your support group and help you grow in ways that you cannot imagine. The fourth Olympic ring is about professionalism. Do you dress for excellence? Do you turn up on time for all your appointments? Or do you work on Indian Standard Time? समझते हैं हम क्या बोलता? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Do you say what you say you are going to do? Do you say please and thank you? This shows respect and courtesy. Do you mentally prepare for your interviews to ask the client the right questions so you get the right answers? Pay attention to this. Are your clients' files prepared as though you may have to defend yourself in court one day? They better be in this world of massive compliance. Don't trust your memory. Get into the habit of making good file notes. These are some of the attributes of an industry professional for you to think about and add to your practice. The fifth Olympic ring, the whole personal Olympic ring, binds everything together so you live your lives in balance. And hasn't that been the theme over the last couple of days? So let me go into a little bit deeper. How balanced is your family, your personal, financial, physical, spiritual, social, and educational lives? How attentive are you to your family time and personal lives? Do you spend quality family time with your loved ones? Family values are the foundation for everything we do. How good is your cash flow in your business life? Or are you living from paycheck to paycheck, from month to month? Are you running your business like a real professional business? Do Do you spend quality time daily to reflect? While this is very private, it's paramount to have those quiet moments for yourself so you can think, pray, listen to beautiful music, Ravi Shankar's music, sitar music, poetry, or read a good book to improve yourself. How's your health and fitness? I've seen a few of you at the gym for the last few days. That's great. It's important to exercise, walk, jog, play sports, as it is essential to good health. It also helps to keep you mentally sharp and alert and gives you more energy to accomplish more. Do you contribute to society, your sports, your church, your community, your clubs around your children's activities? Or do you leave it to the other mums and dads to do everything? Can I encourage you to volunteer? As volunteering is the greatest form of leadership. The MDRT membership is blessed with thousands of leaders willing to assist. We've seen that here at this conference. Too often we concentrate most of our energies in one area of our life, which throws every other part out of sync. This is a trap for all of us, so don't feel too bad, as we all do this from time to time. But we do need to keep a check on keeping our lives in balance. I bought into this whole person strategy at my first MDRT meeting, as it was how I was raised in India by my parents and the brothers. Somehow, over time, more and more MDRT attendances will mold every area of your lives, and living your lives as a whole person becomes a way of life. That is something I can promise you if you pay attention. I'm inviting you to become an MDRT member. Join in and experience the magic of the round table. In conclusion, our current MDRT president, Scotty Brennan, my good mate, said it most eloquently last year in his presidential address. MDRT will classically train you. Scotty, you're spot on, and this will happen over time. You just need to keep attending MDRT and believe. So are you prepared to pay the price, qualify, and invest in yourselves, and attend the annual meeting? In high-performance sport, we teach athletes to visualize their successes. MDRT is no different. So no matter how bad you feel some days, get up, dress up, suit up, and show up. Thank you. Talk the language of MDRT, the language of caring and sharing, and watch your lives change forever. People around you will see the positive changes in your life, and they will seek you out for counsel, for guidance, and leadership roles. Your attitude is paramount, so get passionate about what you do. Passionate people influence the world around them. You will too. You will learn to distance yourself from the pack, and that's the secret to higher performances year after year. What you did last year will not be good enough this year, because the people that came second or third or fourth will be gunning for you this year. So you must learn to distance yourself from the opposition. I guess what I'm asking is, are you an Olympic qualifier? And how seriously do you want to be an MDRT Olympian? Do you want to remain average? Or do you want to mix with the best of the best minds of the life insurance industry? That's your challenge today. How badly do you really want it? I'm here to tell you that you can do it. Yes, you can. By investing in yourselves and being here at this MDRT experience in Hyderabad tells me unequivocally that you are very serious about MDRT membership and being with the MDRT Olympians. So hum aapka dekhega at MDRT, theek hai? So I look forward to seeing you at MDRT. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind!